Whoa. Talk about flashback to I don't know, circa 2011. Is that when I started YouTube? It's been a long time, man. I used to do webcam videos for like the first, I want to say, few months, if not a year of my YouTube career here. Do you guys remember that? The quality was bad. See, even Kai's like, who are you talking to? I'm making a video right now on my computer. Isn't that neat? She just rolled her eyes at me. She's like, I don't know, I don't care. So I wasn't planning on making a video today, nor was I planning on using such a outdated setup. And I always say outdated because for me it's outdated. You guys know I haven't done a webcam video in I don't know how long. Um, but I am way too lazy today. I am exhausted. I've had a long day. I've had a long week. I'm way too exhausted to get all my camera stuff out and all of that. And I know you guys really don't care. Anyone who knows me knows that my content is basically the same no matter what the quality of audio and video is. So I kind of just want to talk to you guys impromptu about, look at how greasy my hair is, about a few videos that I saw online and something actually that my husband, John, brought up to me the other day. He asked me if I had heard or seen PewDiePie and Casey Neistat's new videos on forcing happiness on YouTube for views. And he only brought that up to me because he knows I don't really watch Casey Neistat anymore. I used to, but it's ironic because the reason why I don't watch him anymore is because watching his videos made me kind of not like my life so much. And I know that sounds weird, but it was just every day for him was so exciting and so magical that it just kind of made my life seem really mundane and unhappy. Like, because I had so many times when I wasn't happy that I felt like there was something wrong with me, and I didn't like feeling that way, so I stopped watching his videos. I know that sounds really crappy to say that somebody else's happiness would make me unhappy, but it wasn't that. It was just feeling like there's something wrong with me because I wasn't happy like that every day or having a good day every day. So the reason why John brought this up to me was because I've felt for a very long time, since even before I started YouTube, that was a thing on YouTube, was people just, emitting this happiness all the time, to their viewers, uh, when they weren't all the time happy. And for me, I know that that's not real life. So that's why when I started my YouTube channel, I swore up and down that I would share everything, the ups, the downs, and not just the downs for views, like not adding a few videos where I'm crying or upset and clickbaiting the title just to get people to like sympathize for me, to get attention every once in a while, but just truly the ups and downs when they happened organically. That's what I wanted when I started my channel. And, John would always ask me, oh, do you watch this person? Do you watch this person? I'm like, no, just because, again, I felt like stuff was just too perfect. And again, some lives are probably like that. If they are, that's awesome. But I know for a fact that in my life, all of my friends, they're not like that. And the people that I relate to the most don't have perfect lives. Um, so yeah, I didn't want to be that here. So yeah, you guys know my videos, I share everything. My life has never been perfect. And when I first started on YouTube with this whole, I'm just going to be who I am, I'm going to complain and bitch about whatever I want, that kind of thing, it actually backfired on me quite a bit. I thought that, people would appreciate that. I thought that, but people did not like me for that. Most of the negativity I got from comments or on gossip websites, which you guys know, I do not step foot in those places. It's been years because they are just, I don't even know. It's like death. That's what you feel when you go to places like that. People are just suck your soul there. But people did not like me. They thought that I complained too much. They thought that I was just so negative and that I was so ungrateful for the life that I had or whatever. If I complained about, having a hard day as being a mom, it was like, oh my God, what a whiner, what a wimp, what a just whatever. They would just get down on me. I had postpartum depression with all of my kids. I've talked about that before. So it was hard for me because here I'm going to the internet to share how I'm feeling in my everyday and looking for support, and I just get met with people basically just being assholes and saying that like I'm just a big whiner, like a complainer, even though probably everyone complains every day of their life. It's just not on camera. So I thought I was doing the right thing back then, but it turned a lot of people away. I will say though that I made the strongest connections with a lot of my subscribers and viewers because I was so awesome. Was so awesome. Oh my God, who am I? Because I was so honest, and I made deeper connections with those people because they empathized with me, and they understood, and they too were going through those things, you know. So I got a lot of good out of that. But I just in going back and saying, you know, I will say back then, I got a lot of shit for being so negative. And I don't even feel like I was that negative all the time. But because I was the normal amount of negative online for my everyday, I got a lot of crap for that. So I will say that there is some proof in that pudding of positivity gets you views. So I was unwilling to kind of change back then, and I think I got sick of people telling me that I was always so negative this, so negative that, that I actually stopped. I really, not last year, but the year before that, before I made that video of just being who I want to be on YouTube, basically, and saying that the year prior to that, when I was signed to the MCN, that I wasn't myself completely. That was the year that I tried. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try to give people what they want. I'm gonna try to be more positive. I'm gonna try to complain less. I'm gonna try to like suck it up and just be positive as much as possible. So I'd cut out stuff and not talk about certain things or bitch about certain things. And for that year, I got a lot more positive comments. I got way less haters, I noticed. Not that I gave a crap, but it definitely, I mean, people did seem to respond positively to that. Positivity gives positivity. I get that. But I was extremely unhappy that year. You guys remember, I was extremely unhappy. I didn't want to film because I couldn't show all parts of my life. I said that in that YouTube changing video last year. I was extremely unhappy. I didn't want to do it anymore because I couldn't show every part of who I was, and I hated that. So, I stopped basically. I stopped filming as much. I stopped doing day in lives as much. And I was on the brink of quitting YouTube. And I never made a I'm quitting YouTube video like everybody seems to do once a year. Instead, I just kind of disappeared, 4 weeks at a time, and what didn't stick to my normal schedule. So then I came out with that video where I said, I'm done. I want to be myself. I'm sick of not hiding stuff, but I'm sick of hiding emotions that I wanted to let out. I'm sick of MCNs. I'm sick of whatever. I'm just sick of all the crap. I'm just going to do what I want to do. I'm going to take sponsored videos if I want to take sponsored videos. I'm going to say what I want to say. I'm going to cuss if I want to cuss. I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about if I want to talk about. I'm going to show you my blood if I want to show you my blood. I'm going to bitch about being a mom if I want to bitch about being a mom. I'm going to complain about my husband if I want to. I'm going to complain about my kids because they are not always perfect and I do not always like them. I said that in that video. And ever since then, I've been extremely happy. Since I was let out back into this, like, okay, I can be myself again. I can complain again. I can show the negative with the upside. I can do all of that. I feel like the positivity doesn't mean anything unless there's some negativity. Like like being happy for me, if like the only way that you can differentiate being happy is if you are sad sometimes. Like if there was no sadness, then how do you know you're happy? Because it's the opposite. You need both. So I needed to be able to show you guys my downs here so that way my highs were just that much more, if that makes sense. So this last year you guys saw, I have been extremely happy this last year. Stuff's been going really well for me and my family because I just don't give a crap anymore once again. Once again, I'm back to my showing every little part. And the funny thing is, and I don't know what it is about it, but this year, this time around doing this, like I've actually gotten way more views. I've gotten way more subscribers. I've gotten a lot more support. I've gotten just the most awesome new subscribers who just leave the most like insanely kind comments. Like, so I guess what I'm trying to say is I think that the internet is changing. I think that there are becoming, I don't know why, but I think there are becoming more of those people who do appreciate the downs than before. Before I would get down on myself, or I get down on my life, or I get down on whatever part of area of my life, and I just would get hit with all these people who are like, oh my God, all you do is complain. Look on the bright side. Whereas now, when I do that, I get people who are just like, man, my life sucks too, or man, this or that. Like, I'm so happy I'm not the only one, and, thank you for sharing this or whatever. So I think, I don't know what it is about YouTube or the community or these viewers, but stuff is changing. I think people are starting to get sick of just the positive all the time, because there is no such thing. And there is no such thing. And I want to say this mainly for mothers, especially. That's one thing that I drove me insane. When I started YouTube, I wasn't a first time mom. I had been a mom at that point for like 5 years already with my firstborn. I had already had a second child before starting YouTube. So I knew that, like, being a mom and having a kid and pregnancy and all that bullcrap, like, I knew it wasn't all rainbows and unicorn farts. Like, I knew probably 50% of it sucked at certain times. Like, I knew that going into it. But when I'd watch all these like pregnancy updates and uh, you know mom vlogs and stuff, people just made it seem so easy and so amazing. And I think that's just really unhealthy for moms who are sometimes looking to the internet to like know that their lives aren't as shitty as they think they are. There is something to be said about misery loves company, and I think with moms, especially after having a firstborn or having a baby, it's not that we love company, it's that we love knowing that we're not the worst moms in the world for not loving our lives at that moment. So I'm hoping, I don't know what I'm saying. This is why I don't like doing these impromptu videos. I can't really like think about what I want to say, and it comes down just this garbled mess. I guess what I'm saying is, I'm really, even though I do believe that people do still do force happiness, and then sometimes not fake sadness for views, not fake, but they try to most definitely bank on those like rare occasions when they show their sadness because they are so happy all the time. Um, I think there are still vloggers out there like that, but I'm really excited to know that at least in the last year for me, that there are viewers out there in growing numbers that appreciate the people who do the ups and the downs. And I'm noticing that a lot of vloggers that are smaller like me have become more honest about their everyday. Not everything's great. Not every day do I have clean hair. Not every day do my kids get fed 3 meals at the exact right times. Like, sometimes they don't have dinner until 8 o'clock. So sue me. I'm really excited for that. And I think that that's a really great thing. And I don't know. Yes, people do still force positivity, but at the same time, I think that there are areas of the internet where people are changing and where there are viewers that appreciate that kind of more more normal. So I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say in all of this is that, putting my 2 cents in, I do agree that it is very unhealthy and very dangerous to portray your life as a daily vlogger as being perfect all the time. I think it's even more dangerous to try to make money off of your downs when you're happy all the time too. Like, clickbait. I cannot stand clickbait. And I've been guilty to every once in a while do like a little bit of clickbait, only because I don't know why. I think it's because I wanted to see if it would work. You know what I mean? Like, and most of the time it actually does, which makes me even more sad. But there's some daily vloggers who use clickbait all the freaking time. We got a puppy, but really they just like found a puppy and then returned it back to its owner. Like, crap like that drives me nuts. And I feel like clickbait at its worst is when people talk about really devastating things in their lives when they've never shared anything sad ever or down ever in their lives, and then they post something like super devastating and like make their like click like their screen or thumbnail shot like something like really awful where everybody's crying, and they entitle it like worst day ever in the life of us, or I don't know. Whereas normally they only share happiness. It's like you're purposely sharing your upset right now, and you're like exponentially making it huge just for views and just for money. Like, I think that's even more dangerous, is because then it becomes a like your drama is helping you, if that makes sense. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But clickbait drives me insane. I don't know. I've talked to John about that a lot too. Anyway, speaking of John, he's coming downstairs. I know, that's what Kai said too. He's like, who you talk to? I'm using my webcam for the first time in like 5 years. It took me like an hour to figure out even how to do it again. I don't know. You're really popular? Anyways, so that's kind of my thing on it. I think that both those people did have a good point, and I'm finally glad that somebody in a bigger platform is shedding light on that, because I can, stand on my soapbox and scream till I lose my voice about forced positivity, and I have before in videos here, but it doesn't really make a difference when I do it, because I only have like 40,000 subscribers, or 42 now, which I am so pumped about. Like, I know I'm like, don't force positivity. This isn't forced though. I feel so like hyped up, and it's so stupid because I'm like, oh, 42, when everyone's got like millions and thousands and whatever. But I'm excited that our family's growing here, guys. Like, we started off at a measly like 500, and I was like, woo! So I mean, it took me 5 years, but who gives a crap? Like, it's just awesome to see how like large our family's grown here in the Baby Belly Kelly, It's Just Kelly family. But anyway, so yeah, for all those vloggers who are showing their real lives, people like me appreciate that. I like watching your vlogs. I enjoy watching people who are normal, who aren't afraid to show that they're normal, and make me feel normal. I enjoy that a lot. So I hope that, after all these bigger YouTubers are talking about this whole forced positivity thing, that maybe it will change some daily vloggers in the way that they vlog. Maybe they'll share some of their downs. Like I said, I like the downs because it just makes the highs so much better. Um, and again, it's just part of life. So I hope that this is a good movement. Like, I hope people do become a little bit more real on YouTube. I think that YouTube could use a little bit of that, whether it's in their sponsored posts or their daily lives, or uh, their makeup, things. Like, I love it when beauty gurus get really frustrated with doing their makeup, like when they mess up. Like, I like when they show when they mess up, because god damn it, I mess up 1,000 times when I do my makeup, and it drives me up the wall. And then when I see beauty gurus just flawlessly put their face on with no mistakes all the time, I'm like, there is something wrong with me. So I like I like seeing it all, and I hope that that starts happening a lot more on YouTube. And I hope you guys who follow me um, know that, yeah, it's okay to feel shitty sometimes. It's okay to say shitty things sometimes. It's okay to do shitty things sometimes. We're all human, and that's about it. So I'm going to let you guys go. I don't know how long this video is. I always say that. Oh my gosh, like, I'm having such flashbacks to circa 2011. So weird right now, right? Well, this quality is probably garbage too. I'm excited to rewatch this video. But anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go, and this is exactly why I usually plan my videos and edit them. I'll talk to you guys all in my next video. Bye. Now, how do I turn this off after? I don't know how to turn this thing off. Oh my gosh.